One of the great new features of Sonar 6 is the new vintage channel VC64. It features 64-bit processing to go along great with Sonar's double precision 64-bit engine. And it features a de-esser, noise gate, 2 compressors, and 2 EQs. And what really makes it remarkable is all the different routings. For decades, engineers have been experimenting on how they use multiple EQs and compressors and coming up with all sorts of fancy side chaining techniques used in all sorts of hit records and some of the music that has inspired us all since we were young. Well, the VC64 gives you years and years of history wrapped into one plugin. The nice thing about it is, I mean, it might look a little intimidating at first, but it's actually very simple. All right, let's look at some of the controls of the VC64. I'll take you on a little tour. You have a noise gate right here. And just for kicks, let's open up our ACT controller. And of course, you can see that if I wanted to go right to the ratio, I can control it right from ACT. But let's continue on here. You have your gate, you have your de-esser, you have compressor 1. These are all the controls for compressor 1. Compressor 2, you have all your different modes. Program dependent envelope, so you don't really have to, it automatically sets your attacks and releases. You have analog mode and optical mode. Auto gain, smooth, and this is where you switch between the 2 compressors. And moving over to the EQ section, we've got 4 bands of parametric EQ for each EQ. Engage the EQ here. And then one of the most important sections is this is where you route the effects. So depending on what you're doing, you're going to select the proper setup. Now, you might ask, well, that's great, Tom, but what do I need to, how do I know what's going on there? Well, you go to the Help menu, and that'll tell you a lot about this plugin, where and when to use it, and explains in depth each preset, which let's go to right now. So, enough talking. Let's hear how this thing sounds. Let's listen to this guitar riff. Let's turn it up. Okay, so what I would like to do here is use this Plexi Magic preset. So let me engage the vintage channel. It really pops out at you. Now let's go back to the perfect space here. And right now I have a Marshall cab simulation loaded in. So now we have this massive guitar sound. And let's go ahead and listen to it without it. And this is with vintage channel and the perfect space. All right, let's see what we can do with this thing. And increase the threshold or decrease it. bring some of the low end back into that, because it's, as you can see with the EQ, it's rolled down pretty much. And going back to the ACT technology, I can go right to my rotary knob here and control any of the parameters, you know, threshold. I could actually perform threshold and ratio. So maybe that pumping sound would sound really good along with drums. But regardless, you can always go back to the original preset if you mess up the sound. And the nice thing about the presets, there's presets for just about everything. Master mixing, vocals, acoustic guitars, background vocals. This vintage channel is so good, you're going to want to go back to all your old songs and remix them.